So it has been 4 months since my revision and my hardware exchange for my Lefort. And I realized I haven't given an update, and I actually have a lot to update on and some fabulous, wonderful news. So, um, on January 8th, my braces came off, as you guys know, after 3.5 years. I thought, and in some ways it was a glorious day, but I was expecting a little bit of a different outcome than what I ended up getting. I got at the time it's called Essex retainers. They're the clear retainers as opposed to the ones that have like the metal bar that goes across the front and the palette plastic. Um, so the Essex X, it's still hard for me to enunciate when I'm wearing them. The Essex retainers are clear, and they can come in two separate ways. There's like a straight edge, and then there's something called scalloped, which I didn't know any of this when I received them. So just tuck that in the back of your memory for later in the story. So anyways, I got my two retainers. I'm supposed to wear them 24/7 for 3 months, and then after that I wear them at night for the rest of my life. And I just had this expectation that everything was going to be glorious, and I was so excited. And I found myself in a position where I had headaches at like a 5 to 7 out of 10 all over again. And it was in separate places. It was like mid-face and around my eyes, as opposed to, in my joints. But it was this horrible, like, regression almost into feeling like I was in pain constantly and constantly pushing through the pain to do everything that I want and need to do. So I was on ibuprofen around the clock. Of course, I reached out to my orthodontist and my surgeon, and both of them said, like, hey, give it time. It takes time to adjust. Well, after like 10 days or 2 weeks, I was just miserable. And so I was waking up with horrible headaches. It was just very discouraging. And so my orthodontist made a different upper retainer that was less like rigid and a little thinner. So we tried that for a few days, and I didn't notice a change at all. So I was really starting to doubt my ability to self-report. I was curious if I was making it up. I was curious if I just had a really low pain tolerance and had unrealistic expectations. My care team was telling me that it just takes time and like it was fine. And so I just was feeling really discouraged. And Elliot, my husband, was like, no, something's wrong. Like we can figure this out. And so he's like one of the best problem solvers I've ever met. And he was saying, you didn't have these headaches when the braces were on. So the issue is not pressure on your teeth. It has to be something else. And so he started looking at the retainers, and that's when he realized that with the straight edge, they like come up past your gum line up here. And so he was like, it has to be the pressure that it's putting on your gums and your palate. And so we bought like a Dremel, and he scalloped the edges, which means he cut out around my teeth to keep the pressure off of the gums and off the palate and just on the teeth. So we did that to the upper one and tried that for a couple of weeks. My pain got down to like a 3 to 5, so better, but I was still, leaving work exhausted, waking up with pretty decent headaches, just feeling really kind of enslaved to the process still. And then 8 days ago, we were like, you know what, let's just throw Hail Mary, what the hell? Let's scallop the lower one, which didn't quite make sense because my headaches were still like up here in my mid-face. But we scalloped the lower one, and I have not touched ibuprofen or any muscle relaxers since. Like, I am 100% totally fine. Like, I feel like for the first time in this like 4 to 5 year journey since all of this started, I have experienced the freedom of going through all of it. I feel vibrant and energetic and not distracted. I feel fully present. I feel like I've unlocked a superpower. It's been incredible. So I just wanted to share that story because I have a fabulous care team, and they have always put my needs first. Just a reminder that there's always two experts in the room. There's the provider, and then there's yourself. And if you feel like something is wrong, then it is very important to pursue that further. And I don't mean that to discredit my healthcare team at all. They have been experts on things that I've had no idea about, and I would never have found healing without them. So please hear me say that. That being said, I did need an adjustment, and something was wrong. And my husband believed me even when I didn't believe myself. And because of him, we figured out a solution. So I wanted to take these out and show you guys the scalloped retainers. As you can see, they still fit really tight. So you can kind of see, let me see if I can get it to focus. See how it's cut out around my teeth as opposed to having a straight edge. So that's what we've got. Made all the difference in the world. I still have the dehisced or open incision up here from the Lefort's revision, and you can see that screw still. We are giving it a chance to heal, but there is a high likelihood I'm going to need a gum graft procedure in the future, but we can give it some time. So we're getting so close to hopefully having no more surgeries in my face, but we will keep pursuing all of this healing as it comes. Regarding my YouTube channel, I am currently working on the episode 3 of the Silver Lining series. It's going to be on music that has helped me through this journey. It's like the soundtrack of my grief and the soundtrack of my healing. So a little bit of a lighter topic and less academic, which is kind of nice. So working on that now. And then the cookbook publication date has been extended a little bit. This book is called The Healing Table, so everything about it is supposed to be healing, and it was becoming a burden on the people helping me publish it, and I never want that for people. So we're gonna complete it as we can, and it will be published when the time is right. So stay tuned for it. I still have the Canva link I've been sharing with people for free. I think I've sent it to 50 plus people. This is not about making money for me. It's about getting resources to people who need them. So that's where we're at. As always, I'm here if y'all need anything. Thank you.